Okay, so let's look at another post on Korea's Eternity microsite. So, character tone correction story. So, the character colors are subtly different from Mabinogi. I transferred the Mabinogi character shader to Unreal Engine as is, but the character colors are different. Even if you test it unlit, the tone is different. So this is all about like the different like color tones and the way like lighting works and stuff like that. Leon Engine versus Unreal Engine Unlit versus Unreal Engine Mabinogi specific shader. So differences between Leon and Unreal Engine. We've looked at 4 of the factors that affect color above. How do the 2 engines provide functionality for each of these 4? Properties of a material such as its reflection, absorption of light are defined by the material or shader in the game engine. For reference, in Unreal Engine, a material that has no effect on light at all is called unlit. And in this case, it always appears as the set color regardless of light. Let's assume this makes no difference since they said they ported the shaders from Leon to Unreal as is. So the remaining elements are thing that affects directly and indirectly, and the results output by the monitor and the gamma correction or tone correction processing for them. The Unreal Engine that Mabinogi will be ported to has a lighting system called Lumen. Calculates direct and indirect lighting that affects the scene in real time. So here's the comparison results. This is before Lumen and this is after. And you can see the difference, how like this one's darker a little bit and this one looks a little bit brighter. This is a feature that was not present in the older Leon engine. The difference in the lighting system may affect the color. Another difference is that Mabinogi uses gamma correction, while Unreal Engine provides a system called Tone Mapper, which supports gamma correction and other correction methods. Differences in tone correction are also a factor affecting color, so it is important to look at the differences. Differences in troubleshooting of tone correction by Tone Mapper. Unreal Engine supports Tone Mapper as a function called post-processing. Filter effects that we use in cameras can also be considered as this type of post-processing function. In post-process, I was computing color correction instead of gamma correction with a color grade texture like below. The engine default was to use color correction unconditionally, so I modified it so that only gamma correction is calculated without using color correction by adjusting the relevant parameter values. As a result, we were able to confirm that the character was output with the same color as Leon Engine when using the unlit shader. So color comparison after tone correction of Leon Engine versus Unreal Engine Unlit versus Unreal Engine Mabinogi specific shader. And here you can see blinded. So these are the examples. This one's the Pleon Engine one, this one's the Unreal Engine Unlit, and this one's the Unreal Engine Mabinogi specific shader, it looks like. When you match the tone to the character, the background tone changes. So left when the tone is matched to the background, right when the tone is matched to the character. So here you can see the two examples, and you can sort of tell that the tone is a little bit different. If we could distinguish between characters and non-characters at the tone mapper stage that handles tone correction, wouldn't it be possible to make an exception so that only characters are not color corrected? So character outlines. Character mask information recorded separately when drawing the character outline. And here you can see an example right here. With this character identification mask information, we were able to add the ability to adjust bloom separately for each character, as well as tone map correction. Control character specific tone map parameters. So from left to right we can see this image of Dailies and how it changes with each tone being adjusted. And then down here we have character specific bloom parameter control, lighting calculation differences, and troubleshooting. Based on the results so far, we have confirmed that when created with the unlit shading model, it appears to have the same color as Pleon. Color comparison after tone correction of Pleon Engine versus Unreal Engine Unlit versus Unreal Engine Mabinogi specific shader. So from left to right we can see blended again here. However, the character on the right that uses the Mabinogi specific shader still appears with different colors. So yeah, this one doesn't look quite right, it doesn't look like blended. Why can't we just use unlit? You might think like this. Unlit is a shader that is literally unaffected by lighting. So whether or not the character goes under the shadow of the tree, the fake lighting above will always be visible. Yeah, I can see how that could be a problem. So there was a need to normalize the Mabinogi specific shaders to fit Unreal Engine. The goal is to have Mabinogi specific shader like Unlit express the same colors as Pleon, while also reflecting lighting and shadows. First of all, why does it look so dark? So, shadow map comparison. After looking into it, I found out that characters using Mabinogi specific shaders always appear dark because the shaders are implemented to cast shadows. I tried modifying it so that shadows are not always cast, but only when shadows are needed. And you can see the examples of that, here and here. Although it is brighter than the shadow area, the feeling of the area where light is calculated is more realistic than toon-like. Perhaps this is why shadows are always drawn when imported into Unreal Engine. In order to maintain the feeling of toon shading, I recorded the character's shadow color separately, and since it would be a waste to play with buffers not used in toon shading, I changed them to record lighting color and reflected shading results. Before editing, only lighting colors exist, versus after editing, separate the shadow color and lighting color, then synthesize and tune style according to the shade. Shadows and basic lighting calculations are now guaranteed to be computed the same way as in Pleon engine. And here you can see like a character running, and how her shadow vanishes when she runs under the tree, but when she runs out from under the tree, you can see her shadow. So this just gives you an example. Next, when using the Mabinogi specific shader in the Lumen indirect lighting environment provided by Unreal Engine, we confirmed that the indirect lighting calculation results were too excessive and the character colors did not appear properly. So high versus low lumen influence on characters. And they have some examples here. This has been addressed by providing the ability to control lumen influence separately when using Mabinogi specific character shaders. Controlling character specific lumen parameters. So you can see how like the lighting is changing in this picture. And like the hair color and everything like that as they like adjust the settings for that. In this way, we have provided the ability to control background lighting and character lighting separately by providing character-only skylight influence parameters, point light character influence parameters, etc. Whether or not you're using lumens in this way. You can now set character-specific lighting separately from background lighting settings, allowing you to control the character's color tone without it looking too different from the background lighting. In conclusion, so far we have looked at the process of identifying and resolving the cause of the difference in character colors between Pleon and Unreal Engine. And I'm not sure when this post will be coming to the NA Eternity site. We do have 3 more posts coming to the NA Eternity site, one on July 17th, one on July 24th, and one on July 31st, but doesn't say which ones are actually going to be posted here. So at some point this post will also be put on the NA Eternity site if you want to check it out. But if you want to read about it now, like I just did, you can go to the Korean website and click on their Eternity site button, and it'll take you here. You can use Google Chrome to translate all this. And it's right down here. Character tone correction story. All the posts about Eternity happen on the Korean Eternity site first. So if you want to read it right away, this is the place you should go. But it should be on the NA site by the end of July anyway. So let's look at another one of the new posts in the Mabinogi Korean Eternity section that just recently came out. I want to go straight to Dumbarton School. So what do you think of the new Dumbarton that was briefly shown at the showcase? As it was a town that I visited often, I think the Militians were also impressed by it, as it had many areas that needed improvement. Starting from the continent of Ulad, there are regions that can be visited at all times, such as the continent of Idia and Belvast, as well as regions that can only be visited during certain events. and then special regions that don't belong to any continent, like Avon. And this area is like at the end of Saga 2. In addition to areas that you, the Militians, can easily access on a regular basis, there are many areas internally. For example, there are areas that are only necessary for special situations such as missions or cutscenes. There are also areas that cannot be entered on a regular basis and can only be entered when carrying out a special quest, such as the mainstream. Due to various limitations in the existing Leon engine, there were cases where similar looking areas were composed of multiple areas. There were also quite a few one-time event-only areas that were no longer used. Therefore, in the process of porting to Unreal, we had to decide which areas were essential and which areas should be improved first. Dunbarton, a representative village where many Militians come and go. The development room also poured out various ideas to improve Dunbarton to make it richer and more convenient. We were able to reorganize various elements, starting with the previously considered inconvenient paths. After several discussions with the planning and art workers, we established the following major criteria. So yeah, they really improved Dunbarton, and you can see that in the showcase. Dunbarton has many convenient facilities centered around the town square, but there are some areas that are inconvenient, such as having to go around in a circle. So like the Dunbarton Magic School at the moment, you have to like go far to the left and go up some steps and enter, or far to the right and go up some steps and enter right now, and there's this big ugly wall right here. Well, that's going to be going away, and so is that little wall right there, right in front of the doors to the magic school. And this is what it's going to look like in Unreal. So some of those training dummies are gone. There's a big staircase here, so now you can just walk right up. And then the little barrier in the center of that entrance is now gone, so you can just walk right into the magic school. I think this looks really good. This is a really good update. And then the town office is also going to be improved a lot, so they're going to... Right now, these two boards are like kind of in the center, and there's like a staircase on the left and right side for accessing the town office. But now it looks like they're going to take out those two staircases, move those two boards all the way to the left here, and they're going to just put one big old staircase in the center, so that's great. I checked the traces of all NPCs that were standing in Dunbarton one by one and readjusted the place elements. I will leave it to your imagination to see how many NPCs were stationed in Dunbarton. Even for a moment, when I checked the location information, it would be difficult to plant a new tree or something in the place where our precious planet is standing. We also paid a lot of attention to areas that could further highlight the symbols or landmarks of Dunbarton Village. So here's the unicorn statue area. And here you can see Town Square. It's a little bit easier to see than it was in the showcase. But they have the symbol of Dunbarton in the center of Town Square now, right here. That's really cool. I think that's a nice touch. As you trade, you can see that the symbol of Dunbarton is a unicorn through the icon. The location of the unicorn square, where enchantments were entrusted long ago and concerts were held, has been moved to the center, and the stone statue has been upgraded. Okay, so this is gonna be like a different statue then. The central square where everyone gathers has also been beautifully engraved with the unicorn symbol, which again you can see right here, that looks very nice. The buildings that play important roles, such as the bell tower and the government office, have also been rebuilt, larger and more splendidly. The small garden and trees in front of the cathedral have also been arranged more beautifully. It would be even more enjoyable to gather with the guild members at this place overlooking the town square below. So yeah, this area looks very nice. In addition to this, the decorations on the stalls of shops placed in the town, the fountains, the vines growing on the buildings, the flowers blooming under walls, even the smallest details were decorated to create a lovely, beautiful Dunbarton. So yeah, these are the changes to Dunbarton in Unreal, and personally I think they did a very good job. This looks very good. It still looks like Dunbarton, and it not only looks better, it is better. They actually fixed some of the flaws with it without drastically changing the way Dunbarton is. So that's very good. So this video recently came out in Korea about 18 hours ago, 18 or 19 hours ago, almost a day. And this is called Mabinogi Eternity Battle Testing and Development Status. So let's take a look at this. And we have English closed captioning for this.
안녕하세요. 마비노기 총괄 디렉터 미경훈입니다.
This is Min Kyung-un, the general director of Mabinogi Eternity. So last summer we showed you Eternity's development and status and internal testing site.
뒤로 이터니티가 어떤 모습으로 찾아올지 많은 밀레시안 여러분들께서 궁금해하셨을 것 같습니다.
I think Militians have been curious about what Eternity will look like.
그래서 이번에는
So this time we've prepared a meaningful opportunity to invite you, our Militians, to the boss battle we're currently developing, and hear your opinions.
그간 이터니티에 보내주신 성원만큼이나 큰 관심과 열정을 제가 직접
At the test site, I was able to personally experience the great interest and passion that has been shown to Eternity so far. This test was conducted as a combat-focused test. So this is going to be like about the... I think it's going to be like about the Glass Scavellon boss fight. I prepared this video to convey the changed appearance of Eternity. Okay, so if we actually turn these off for a second, we can actually see the game screen right here. We have a better idea of what the UI is going to look like. It looks like there's some status effects listed down here. Our HP, our MP, and our stamina skills will be down here. I wonder if you'll be able to move this around the skill bar. And we can also see what the minimap will sort of look like. And then it looks like this is going to be the party information. So it looks like, I think these are the Arcana. So you'll be able to tell which party member has which Arcana for parties just by looking at the icons. That looks like it's going to be pretty helpful.
생생하게 전해드리고 조금이나마 궁금하신 점을
Okay, here's the boss fight.
영상을 준비해 보았습니다. 그럼 지금부터 이터니티의 전투의 모습이 어떻게
Now I'll show you how the Eternity battle has
테스트
changed,
현장과 함께
step by step
보여드리겠습니다.
along the test site.
이번 테스트는
This test will present a reimagined version of the battle
밀레시안
with
분들의 기억 속에서
the
자리하고 있는 지원,
with the final boss, the Xanafiedlion.
글라스 기분행과의 전투를 새롭게 재구성해서 선보여드리게 됐습니다.
Yeah, so we've seen some new Eternity posts about this guy, but now we can actually see like some of the boss fight in action. So this looks pretty good. We can see the full what the interface will look like. So here's our skills. There's the boss's HP. And you can see all your party members, what arcana they're in, who's the leader. The mini-map is over there. It's being blocked by the Mabinogi logo, but the mini-map is there. And this is the new boss room. They talked about this in one of their posts. The boss room is going to change. The gargoyle statues are going to do more. You're going to have to like do something with those gems, those purple gems over there.
구현하려고 노력을 했고 이러한 디테일과 발전된 표현을 통해서 보스전
Yeah, they tried to add like more movements and mechanics. So here you can see the way that it currently is, and here you can see like the new changes that they're making to it.
패턴이 완전히 다르지는 않습니다.
The strategy pattern is not completely different from the existing boss battles. However, we added new gimmicks to provide a variety of changes within the familiarity so that you can fully enjoy the fun through cooperation with party members. And we put a lot of effort into making the game more enjoyable through enhanced visibility and splendid production. We plan to continue to refine and perfect Eternity's unique boss battles, so please look forward to the future changes. And in this test, we increased the expressiveness of skill effects, along with new productions that were difficult to implement in Pleon. As you break through the Xanafiedlion's mood patterns and gimmicks, and reach a certain point, a cutscene-like transition scene will appear. Even during this moment, the battle continues, so you feel the tension without letting go, and feel the feeling that a new page is beginning more clearly. Yeah, that's pretty cool. After the transition is finished, it will fold to page 2. The background changes to a more tense one and a more violent Xanafiedlion. We intended to create more fast-paced and tense battle experience by changing not only the pattern but also the atmosphere of the space along with the page transition. Feedback you've given us during this Xanafiedlion Basics battle test will be used as valuable data to refine the overall battle tempo. Okay, yeah, so it looks like this is maybe going to be some sort of like closed beta test that actual players can do. Hopefully that's the case over in Korea. And it looks like they're open to feedback, so that's good. That's definitely the right move if that's like what they're doing. As you can see above, there have been significant changes not only to the presentation of boss battles, but also to the skill effects, while maintaining the original atmosphere. We have improved the skill effects to be more flashy to fit the Eternity style. Overall, we have strengthened the color, trajectory, and finishing moment presentation to ensure that it can be recognized at a glance even during party play, and we will continue to work hard to develop it so that we can continue to show you more advanced Arcana skills in the future.
이터니티 프로젝트의 아주 일부
I believe that the fact that we were able to show you a small part of the Eternity project
직접 보여드리고 이렇게 현장 테스트까지
and conduct field tests like this
오랫동안 이터니티를 기다려주신 밀레시안 여러분들의 관심과 응원 덕분이라고 생각합니다.
is thanks to the interest and support of all the militians who have waited for Eternity for a long time. We will do our best to show you an improved version as soon as possible. So, yeah, I don't know how long it's going to be before we get new information. But I'm assuming that we'll get another update on Eternity by the next fantasy party, which will probably be like in June sometime. But yeah, this is the most recent video with some updates. This was pretty interesting. Okay, let's get things set up for Mabby. This is my contraband police stuff. Switch over to that. Alright, let's play Mabinogi today. Mabinogi sort of looks like Vindictus. Yeah, it does a little bit. Let's do some spirit weapon work first. I'm gonna level up this spirit weapon to 76 normally, then I'm gonna buy 3 of those spirit stones, and we'll take her up another 9 levels with that event going on. So I need to buy some gems from the auction house. I wonder how many I'm gonna need. I think I'll get 2, 3, let's get like 5, 4, 5. I think that'll be enough. Oh, the perfect amount. Okay, level 76. And then I think I can buy 3 of those gems each week. Yeah, and that'll take her up 3 levels each. Nice. I do want to get the second title and that appearance scroll, the juicy barbecued meat appearance scroll, but we'll get those later. Okay, spirit stones. $79 and then 82 and then 85. Where's that last one at? Here it is. I can probably take her to 87 with enough gems. Let's buy the rest of those jets. Like, I can probably take her to 87 by before next Thursday, before we can buy more of those spirit gems. How long is this event going on for? Until the 30th. So we got like 2 weeks. So I can get 6 more of those stones. And that's about 18 more levels. Yeah, that should be enough to get her to level 100. That's great. That's really great. Okay, let's increase her bond by 30. I'll probably level her up tomorrow. We'll get her some XP with that first. And let's work on some skills. Got 23 points. What should I work on next? Let's go with this one next. So yeah, if I get her to 87 before next Thursday, then we can level up that to level 3. And then... yeah, okay. And we have some mail too, 2 letters. Let's go see what those are. Bank over here is just... at that other building, so we're gonna go over there. The Doki Doki event started today, but I'm not too excited for it. I don't really like the new way that the Doki Doki Island works with Elder Carenza and all that. I like the old Doki Doki Island before all that. But I do want the damage skin. That's pretty much all I want from that event. Oh, this is from the voting contest. Okay, cool. Shamala won the waifu contest. Which is pretty cool. She is one of my favorite characters. Where'd the other box go? I never find anything in this inventory. Everything's always so scattered. Maybe it went into this little one? No? Or didn't. Soul Stream inventory. Okay, first let's go some expired items. Where'd that float off to? Oh, here it is. Wait, how many times have I done that Dino quest? I don't care about the Doki Doki stuff right now. Oh, we have helped 5 times, so now we can start the soul part of that quest. The Spectral Soul Awakening. Let's do the dailies for the dino thing. I'm gonna do the Doki Doki stuff last. Just want to get this out of the way real quick. So we need a slice of meat. Put that there for a bit. Use the rest skill once. That's one of the requirements for today's daily. Handicraft. Need the handicraft kit. I only need one right now. Let's craft that. Okay, lullaby enemy to sleep, and then select the action for the dino. So let's equip an instrument. There's some foxes back here. Oh, this is where the sheep are. Might find that house, but wait a minute. Oh yeah, so behind the bar here is where the foxes are. Get that ancient. And now let's select an action with the dino. So let's do food time. Alright, let's get started on this Doki Doki stuff. Talk to Joe. Okay, select main character. Where do I find Grego? Oh, it put me right on the beach here, okay. This is a different spot than I'm used to. Let's look around. I'm gonna try and find him on my own before I actually do like an NPC search, location search. Wasn't Eunice from one of the previous Doki Doki story events? Wait a minute, something about the island feels weird. Okay, no, the layout's still the same. I'm just not used to... This used to be where all the old NPCs were, I think, right around here. The old manager of the island. I also don't like how they removed a lot of the cat-themed stuff around here. Like, there used to be a cat statue here, now it's just two dogs. It used to be a dog and a cat. And they removed some of the cat statues in a couple other places too. I'm not really a fan of that. Like, this used to be a cat island. Now it's mostly Dog Island, which means it's enemy territory because I'm a cat. So the outfits are okay. I'll probably pick those up just because. I'll probably pick up a couple copies of the outfit so I can sell them. I don't know if I'll care about getting this floral landscape painting chair or not. I'll probably pick it up just because, right? But the main target for me is the damage skin. That's what I'm gonna go for. I'm gonna try and get that. Everything else is a secondary goal to me. Wait a minute. Did we not get Doki Doki totems this time? Usually they give out really good totems, like this MP totem. I found that one once. That was good. Don't need anything from here. I have a couple flight coupons already. Gold shop? Maybe the totem thing is like a separate thing. Maybe it's not part of the shop. Okay, so... Oh, and then they have these for homestead items too. I don't care about that at all. What about the pets? Eh. Nah. So yeah, damage skin is #1 priority. Is there a big quest that gives a ton of tokens? We don't have one yet. Wait, is there an option for totems? Oh, okay, there's still a totem thing. That's just not part of the shop. Sure. Where's Grego? I gotta find that guy. Maybe we'll check around the town square. Alright, I've looked around for him. Let's find out where he is. I'm gonna use the location check. Which doesn't work. Okay. Just take me in his direction then. I'm not usually a fan of using that auto path finding thing, but again, my sense of direction in games is horrible. Oh, there he is. See, I went right by him like 3 times. No, we'll do the event solo. Okay, do we have more quests now, or not yet? But mini games, the boombox thing. Well, I did this event for the first time back when it was with the other Elder and it was the older island. I mean, I think I just used the boombox for like, I don't know, a good 8 or 9 hours just doing dancing with someone to get points, to get like 100 points to get couples flight. Let's go talk to Carenza. I'll also do a short, I'll do the short story too if there is like a short story that goes with this one, because I know they do that sometimes. Wait, where's the... Oh, we have to go up the hill, that's right. Can't really care about all that. Talk to her again. I'm familiar with the island's layout. Okay, now we have a couple of Doki Doki quests. This might be the story part right here. Complete Live, Laugh, Love 20 times. And that gives like 800 points. Wow, that's a lot. So yeah, we'll be able to get the damaged skin easily with that, plus a couple other things. But I'm going to put a very low amount of effort into this event. I'm not going to really care about getting a lot of points. Like, we're just going to get this done. And then... like, get it checked off every day and then move on. Hang on, I wonder. I want to see something. Oh wait, not that. There used to be 3 cat statues somewhere along this mountainside here that are gone. Do they still have the cat-shaped cloud though? What do you mean I can't fly in this? Jeez. Is the movement permissions really that weak? I thought they were better than that. Okay, the cat-shaped cloud is still here. At least they didn't get rid of that one. So, I guess that's still part of the island, but so many of the cat things are gone now. I'm really sad about that. That might be the only major cat prop left on the island, actually. Maybe I shouldn't fly near it, it'll give them ideas to take that out of the island too. Alright, let's head back to town square. I think we just have to rest by a campfire for like 10 minutes, right? Oh, 3 minutes, okay. So way shorter than I thought. Do I have any campfire kits? I probably have a couple of them sitting around in here. Oh, maybe I don't have any campfire kits. I'm not seeing them popping up. I thought I had maybe at least 2 or 3 of them somewhere, but I guess not. But that's okay, we have wood. And we have the campfire skills, so... And now we wait. And we are done with that one. So wait a minute, is that... Wait, that's the story thing? I think I might do the story stuff tomorrow. I don't think I feel like doing it today. I don't know, we'll see. What quest is that? I don't even see that one. That must be one of the story quests, maybe the last one. So yeah, I'll have to do the story to get them those 800 points, so I'll do it. One part-time job. I think we can pick those up from Carenza. So let's go talk to her. Let's do some fishing, why not? That'll be fun. So wait, what do I have to do for the fishing one? Catch a salmon and deliver it. Well, actually, it just says deliver. I could probably buy a salmon, honestly. Do I even have one in here? Blowfish, red sea bream. No, I don't have any salmon. Bet they're worth a lot on the auction house right now. Let's see if this works. Oh wait, I didn't claim it from the auction house. There we go. Yeah, okay, you can just buy one too, if you don't want to actually put in the work. So that daily is done. I think I'm gonna start the story tomorrow. I don't think I really want to start the story today. We'll get that done later. In fact, I think I'll have to check the site. I think like the quests come in one at a time or something like that. So maybe I'll just wait until the end of the week or something when all the quests are available, so I can do them all at once. I don't know. I'll look into it later. So Spectral Soul Awakening. I should talk to Dina about that. Because we're done with Doki Doki stuff for now. Let's get out of here. Can I use this to go to the location? No? Doesn't this feather take me there? Yeah, this one does. Let's do that. Because I don't want to be on this crappy island. Okay, juvenile spectral soul, so I guess it's a criminal now. Okay, complete the daily 10 times and then talk to her again to help it grow again. What do I get for doing this? I'll have to check that post, see what the reward is for that. It's probably good. What is this? Oh, the totem box. Okay. What kind of totem should I go for? Honestly, those dolls are kind of creepy, a little off-putting. I think I'll go for MP totems. That one's crap, we can throw that away. Or exchange it or something. For now, we'll leave it there. And this event will have one new damage skin, the Doki Doki event, so... How many damage skins do I have? I'm actually curious, like, I store them all in this pet when I'm not using them. So the Celtic Knot one would go here if I put it away. So the new one's gonna go here. Wow, this bag's gonna be filled up when yeah, this is gonna be filled up when we get that damage totem from the Doki Doki event. So any future damage totems from any future events is gonna go in the next bag. That is crazy. Wait, where's that extra 10 neurite that we get? There it is. I don't really want to run text today, if I'm being completely honest, so I think what I'm gonna do is... I mean, I do text because they're profitable, right? Like, they're a good way to make a lot of money. And that's the only reason I really do it. It's kind of... Honestly, the tech mission I do is kind of boring. But it pays well, and... Fury Fighter's coming out probably in August, so that's gonna be expensive to upgrade. But we'll do our veteran dungeon today, and then we'll do techs tomorrow, I think. Let's do Rabby. And switch to Arsenal Gunner. So dual guns and staff. Let's put everything that we currently have in the bank. And there's the final Pan's Attendance rewards. So I also have those too. Forgetful Potion. A hammer that I'll probably never use. Upgrade stones, I guess that might be kind of useful. 2 rebirth pots. Alright, let's go to Rabby. Wait, can I do a rebirth? Maybe I should do that. It is available to me. Yeah, let's do that really fast. Then we'll do the dungeon. And then after this, we're gonna just do commerce for the rest of the stream, I think. Alright, let's go. Where do those speed potions get off to? Wait, there's another rebirth pot. Oh, they're in that corner. What the heck happened there? Did the wrong thing. Or wait, no, I always keep it. There, we'll do that. And now for the boss. So let's use that. That back to full. And then I need to remove the aggro real quick. Let's use Way of the Gun. That should boost our gun skills even more. Oh, she's saying just barely out of range of that. Hey! Got her. "19 minutes and 48 seconds. Spirit gems, some gem powder. That's good enough. Daily dungeon is finished. Go ahead and cancel these summons. Get the doll bag out here. And we're gonna switch back to Dark Diviner. And then we're just gonna do commerce for the rest of the stream. heal up real quick, do some Nimbus healing. I guess we could start doing some commerce from the Dumbarton area. What's this thing? Oh, the effects are only good for 10 days. A trashy second title that I never wanted. Let's go ahead and throw this out. The second titles with those temporary stat benefits are absolutely useless. Okay, let's see what they have over here. Let's take this to Tara for 607. Okay, let's go ahead and hop over to... Let's try Turconel next. Let's do that. More commerce. I'm way behind on this. I don't think I'm going to reach Challenger this season. Unfortunately, there's just been too many distractions. But we'll get as far as we can. When the next commerce season begins, I'll push for Challenger. Hopefully things will be a little bit less chaotic then, and we can do that. But for now, nothing wrong with just leveling up some trading posts. Okay, let's take these to, I guess E-main for 63. And... yeah, we'll take these E-main for 46. It's worth a little bit more in Tara, but not much. Not enough for me to care. So next stop, E-main. Ooh, that bandit's close. Oh wow, and there's lots of sunflowers here. I wonder if that's because of the sunflower damage skin with the Doki Doki event. I don't know. Is there an NPC out here? I don't even... huh. Weird. I think the only time I ever tried growing sunflowers was when I was a kid, like when I was like really young. I grew like sunflowers and strawberries, and the sunflowers died pretty quickly. And then I thought the strawberry plant died. It eventually got so big that I planted it in the backyard, and I thought the strawberry plant died because all the leaves and stuff are like brown and dead looking. And then it turns out my dog decided to eat all the dead leaves. And then underneath them, there were quite a few strawberries growing, so it did survive. But no, I've never had any talent for gardening or anything like that, or any interest in it really. Okay, let's see what you have here. How about butterbeer? That's worth 41 in Tilton. Triple pasta, 43. So we'll take the triple pasta then. And we're gonna go to Tilton next. Oop, bumped my mic there. Okay, off to Tilton. Hey, they have some of those alchemy crystals. I wonder how many of those they have here. Let's find out. Let's find out. Alchemy crystals. 82. What are those worth? 229 in E-main. Let's take those. Oh, wow. We took the rest of them. So I probably could have fit 6 more right here, but no, that worked out pretty good. If they had a little bit more, but that's okay. And that Mabby playlist is done, so let's go with... Now we're not going to be streaming that much longer. Let's go with the Unreal tracks. That's a pretty short playlist. So we're just going to go back the way we came. Okay, so that round's done. Let's see. Triple pasta is worth 42. Butterbeer is worth 41. Let's take more triple pasta to Tailton. We're just kind of moving between Tailton and Emain right now. Just doing a bunch of that. Okay, let's do one more round of commerce and then wrap things up. And I want to travel from... Let's try Cobb next. Let's try here. These skills are worth 80 in Bangor? That's not even very far. Sure, we'll take those. So we're gonna sell these and then we're gonna wrap things up. Wow, there's a lot of ancients right here. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna have to deal with these guys. There's even an ancient wolf out here. Dire wolf. That fox an ancient? No. What about... No, okay, good. Finally got them all. Alright, let's go. Okay, let's sell all this here. There. Done. Alright, and we're gonna wrap up the stream right around here. So we will be playing Mabinogi again tomorrow. And tomorrow I'm probably going to do a lot more techs instead of my veteran dungeon, so I'll probably do at least 7 techs or so. 7 or 8 techs, maybe all 10 of them, and get that used up. And we'll do event stuff, and maybe a little bit of commerce too at the end. So basically the same thing we did today only. Instead of Veteran Dungeon, we'll do tech stuff.